to Southland's Rock and Roll Animal 105.5 The Cat. We have the legendary Diamond Dallas Page with us here on the Amy Francis Show. And you're going to be out at Pro Wrestling Blitz this Saturday at St. Joe's Park in Joliet. Are you going to be doing some wrestling?
I'm doing a meet and greet there, but I'm also, you never know who, I'm sure I'll square off against somebody when I get there, because someone will have something to say that maybe they shouldn't. And anybody who's listening who's a wrestling fan knows I have the deadliest move on the planet called the Diamond Cutter. And it comes out of nowhere, and you just don't know what it's going to hit.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Now, the wrestling scene has really grown into the mainstream. Now, what are the biggest changes that you've seen over the years in the business?
It just... Now, again, it's always it's cyclical. It goes up and it goes down. When I was doing it in the 90s, it was actually the hottest it's ever been. And then it took a little bit of a dip, and then it came back up again. And when we were doing it, it was like cutting edge, and it was pretty raw. And today it's more PG. It's more family friendly, and that's great for the kids. So that's the biggest change I've seen. And you got John Cena being a spokesperson for their Fruity Pebbles or something now. So. We didn't have that with us.
Right, exactly. Now, do you have some favorite wrestlers that are wrestling today?
I watch a lot of the guys, not all the time, but when I do watch them, I like Randy Orton. I think he's an amazing athlete.
Oh, yeah. Love Randy Orton.
Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes' son. I've known him since he was 7, so he's one of my favorites. Of course, Jericho. A lot of the guys are doing my DDP yoga, from Cody Rhodes to Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryant, Zack Ryder. We got like 20 guys. Kane, Mick Foley. A bunch of them are doing the DDP yoga workout because it helps them with pain management. You can't fake gravity. It hurts when you hit that mat.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your yoga? For people who don't really know what you do with that.
Well, you can't really call it yoga unless you call it DDP yoga, because as soon as you hear the word yoga, they go, and especially in Chicago, it's like, you got to understand that I come from that same school. The first 42 years of my life, I'm a guy who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. But I didn't start wrestling until I was 35. My career didn't take off until I was 40. That was 1996. And 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, wrestling was the hottest show on cable television. And right around the end of 98 is where I ruptured my L4 and L5 so badly that 3 doctors said my career was over. Do you know what the L4 and L5, what that means? I say that?
No. Is that your back?
Your back. Yeah, it's your back. It's the center of the universe. When someone says, "Oh my God, my back! Oh, I can't. My back's killing me." That's 95% of the time where they're talking about. And when you rupture a disc, because in your vertebrae, which is bones, in between those bones are discs, and they're made to be cushiony, so you can do jumping and running and do all the crazy stuff you want to do when you're younger. And what happens is, especially when you rupture a disc, it's like stepping on a jelly donut. What happens to the jelly?
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Well, It goes into your nerve endings, and it's very, very painful. And plus you're bone on your vertebrae. So I had 3 doctors at the end of 98 tell me that my career was over. Now, obviously, that was pretty devastating. And I was doing the rehab. I'd rehab both shoulders back, both knees back from surgeries on both knees, both shoulders. But I figured I'd be able to rehab this back, but I couldn't with just what the physical therapist was giving me. Now, around that time, I was still married. Kim, who was born and raised in Chicago, she tried to talk me to doing yoga, and I was like, F that. I wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. But it's all I could do. I needed some workout that was zero impact. Long story short, I started it. Within 3 weeks, I started to feel a significant difference. I got rid of all that spiritual mumbo jumbo that, guys like me really, don't really want to be a part of. But I took the amazing positions that were yoga positions, and I mixed them with the rehab to help, heal my body. As I mixed them together, then I added an old school calisthenics, some mixed martial arts moves, and a thing I call dynamic resistance. And what that is like the engaging or flexing of muscles. You ever seen a bodybuilder show? Okay, when they're going from one position to another, they're cracking, they're engaging their muscles to pop them. So when you're doing that, it's when you do the same thing when you're running. Your feet, every muscle in your foot you use, your calf, your quad, your adduct, your glutes, using all of those muscles. What I do is flex them as opposed to run with them. When you're running, it's major impact on your body. DDP yoga is zero impact on your body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it healed me, because I could do zero impact but still get a kick-ass cardiovascular workout. It would increase my flexibility dramatically and my core strength conditioning. So in less than 3 months of doing this workout, I was back in the ring.
Right.
At 42, they said my wrestling career was over. At 43, I was the heavyweight champion of the world.
We're talking with Diamond Dallas Page, who's going to be at Pro Wrestling Blitz this Saturday at St. Joe's Park in Joliet. Now, we're talking about your DDP yoga, and you use this to help people out. Tell us about Arthur Borman. Now, this is something that I really want people to listen to, because there's a very inspirational story about this.
And you can see it on YouTube. About 2.5 weeks ago, a friend of mine who is doing a movie called Inspired the Movie. His name's Steve Yu. And anytime I do anything with DDP Yoga or DDPYoga.com, there's always a DDPYoga.com signature there. There's some kind of thing that makes the energy pop up that makes you remember DDPYoga.com. Well, on this, we didn't do that, because, he was just trying to inspire people. And he sent it to me, and I was like, wow, dude, that's really awesome. So I put it up on my page, on my YouTube page, and within 2 days, it started to go viral. Mm-hmm. By the end of the third night, it was out of control. By Friday morning, we had over 1 million hits on this site. And right now, there's 4.3 million and climbing still. We got on Good Morning America. They interviewed Arthur. Arthur Borman was a disabled veteran I helped walk again. And all I did was guide him. A lot of people have been trying to get a hold of me on my site and everything, because they think I'm, JC. My initials aren't JC. They're DDP. I don't heal people. I show them how to heal themselves, and I give them a guide. And that's with my whole DDP yoga program. You just don't get DVDs. You also get a program guide that shows you how to eat on 3 different levels. It's like, what do you want? Some people can eat plastic and they get a little bit heavy, but they can eat really anything. There's other people who can't eat everything and they get really obese. I tell people lose hundreds of pounds, not trying to, this whole workout's not about weight loss, but it is. It's an amazing side effect. I developed this workout for guys who are beat up, like an Arthur Borman. Well, he's the extreme case, because he's walking with knee braces, a back brace, and wraparound canes for 15 years. Mm-hmm. At the end of that video, you'll see him lose 140 pounds. And I don't want to spoil it for you. I'm just telling you, it's the greatest transformation you've ever seen. And it's inspired people so much. And we launched Never Give Up Arthur. Now, the whole title is Never Give Up Arthur's Inspirational Transformation. But if you just put it on YouTube, Never Give Up Arthur, or go to DDPYoga.com, you can see it. You'll be blown away by what happens. And what it did, because this is on YouTube. It wasn't on DDPYoga.com. It was on YouTube. People found my site, and they started buying my program. And I've been doing really good since I launched the program on Black Friday of last year, on Friday of Thanksgiving. And it's done really, really well. But this exploded like nothing I could ever imagine. And before I knew it, we were selling thousands of workouts. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was ready to sell really good, like we always do, but I wasn't ready to all of a sudden for thousands a day. And it got, I got really behind. So I've actually put it up on my team, DDPYoga.com. I put a couple things up there to help people start off, and now I'm finally catching up to it. But it took me 3 weeks, to get the product and all that, and it's been amazing. And the story, there's not a bad review for the workout. Look, go on the internet, Google DDP Yoga, and put bad review. Find one. There's only one out of the billions of, not billions, but tens of thousands of positive, amazing reviews, and that person took it back. It's really funny.
Well, yeah, this video with Arthur Borman, I mean, it's truly inspirational. And we'll put this up on our Facebook page, Cat Facebook page, so people can check it out. Now, if people want to keep up with you, Diamond Dallas Page, where can we find you on the web?
Well, pretty much everything I do, I have DiamondDallasPage.com, but everything revolves around DDPYoga.com, and that site I was telling you about, TeamDDPYoga.com, and that's something else that comes with the program. There's no other place like it on the internet, and if you're thinking about getting DDP Yoga, go there and check it out for yourself, because it's really, really, really amazing, and it's a community of people who really care, because there's a lot of people in there I've helped, and my whole thing is if I help you, you help others. That's how it works. And that's why that guy Arthur will be one of the people who will welcome you on teamddpyoga.com. And I also did something recently when I did this. I threw together MP3 files, which is another bonus that you get, so that once you know the workout, you really don't have to look at me. You know what you're doing. So now you can go out, in the park or in your backyard or at the pool and do it wherever you want to do it, because I've got it you locked in because of the MP3. And I do a lot of promotional stuff with MMA worldwide and Tap Out. There are a lot of UFC fighters, not UFC, but MMA fighters that are doing DDP yoga. And they give me subscriptions. So if you buy any one of my programs, you get a digital subscription to MMA Worldwide and to Tap Out Magazine. As a matter of fact, they're featuring Tap Out Magazine has a warrior, soldiers, Marines, all that, the whole armed forces issue coming out, and they're featuring Arthur Borman in that new issue that's coming out, which is very, very cool.
All right, Diamond Dallas Page, it's a real honor talking with you today. And, I'm a huge fan of wrestling, and I wanted to get your opinion on something. If I'm in the ring with someone and they're attempting a belly-to-back suplex, should I counter with a belly-to-belly suplex, or should I go straight to an elbow drop followed by a fireman's carry slam? Now, the way I figure it, even if my opponent was trying to apply a figure 4 leg lock, I could just counter that maneuver with an inverted atomic drop and then drop him with a gut wrench, gut buster.
That's pretty good. But what would probably catch you out of nowhere would be a diamond cutter. Bang!
Yeah, well, listen to this. This one time, I had this one bitch try to pump handle break me, and I was like, no way. So I knocked her down with a swinging neck breaker and a slingshot crossbody and a shoulder jaw breaker and a Russian leg sweep, and I'm like, who's your daddy now? And she's all like, help me. And I pinned her with a tilt-a-whirl mat slam. Pretty good, right?
Oh, that's amazing. I just watched that whole match in my mind because you were doing that.
It's good. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Well, anyway, we're psyched to have you out at Pro Wrestling Blitz this Saturday. It's Die Hard 2012, and we got Diamond Dallas Page. And you know what? I've got a pair of tickets to give away to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the fifth caller up at 866-935-1055, and you're going to get a pair of tickets to Die Hard 2012 with Diamond Dallas Page. All right, we're going to be right back with some more rock and roll music. Thanks so much for being with us, Diamond Dallas Page.
Hey, baby, it's been your pleasure. Oh.